Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Scrap Empire. My name is Zach Hayes, and today I'm going to be talking about a very important boxing match that the world is going to witness. We're going to be featuring London's finest, Anthony Joshua, against his number one mandatory contender, Aleksander Usyk. Now, let's get in depth with this fight. Anthony Joshua, one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. Some can also put him on. Some can put him as the best pound for pound fighter in the world. Anthony Joshua, he's built like he works blue collar jobs, or he works odd jobs for a living. Right. And he's a 6'6" heavyweight. He's fought the guys such as Vladimir Klitschko, fought Dillian White, and fought a gentleman by the name of Alexander Povetkin. Now, if all of you guys know, Alexander Povetkin is an Olympic gold medalist who won in the 2004 Olympics, I believe the super heavyweight division. And he was at one point the WBC heavyweight champion of the entire world. So this guy, Alexander Povetkin, isn't a slouch. He came into the fight against Joshua with the agenda to win. Now, let's get started with their fight. Look closely from Alexander Povetkin's point of view. Look closely at Alexander Povetkin's style. Number one, right? He isn't cut up. He doesn't have a defined physique. But he can fight, and he's throwing his shots with plenty of power. That's number one. But before I get into number two, that's why, a lot of Eastern European fighters don't really have defined or cut up physiques, but they're hard punchers. They want to hit you extremely hard to create a statement. Now let's get back to point two with Povetkin. All right. Point two. Throughout the first couple of minutes of the fight, so I'll say within the first 3 to 4 rounds, right? You see Povetkin taking his time, figuring out Anthony Joshua's style, and throwing those crisp shots that are going to have the judges in his favor, right? And that's something I noticed about Joshua. He's a very, very stiff fighter. Even though he's accomplished a lot in his boxing career, he's still stiff. So sometimes I know he isn't telegraphing, but from a perception standpoint, somebody might perceive him to just be telegraphing over the way how he moves. So I think that's the reason why Povetkin was able to land all of those great shots, right? Because of him perceiving Anthony Joshua to telegraph. All right, now let's get in depth with the later rounds. Yeah, Joshua, didn't win the first couple of rounds, but it still took him, it took him a bit more time to just get himself situated. So around round 5 and round 6, Joshua landed a masterclass jab. And that's something that there because I pay closely attention to the commentary, right, of all of the fights. So if you listen closely, look at the DAZN rewind between Alexander Povetkin and Anthony Joshua. All right, there's a saying of Joshua. There's a commentator in the background explaining how this is a masterclass boxing match we're seeing right now, because we see two heavyweights, but they aren't the modern heavyweights that we were exposed to 5 to 10 years ago, even 3 years ago. You have so much athletic ability, so much athleticism from the heavyweights of today. And Joshua is a prime example of one of them, because just off the way how his physique is, from the way how he throws his punches, he's just a strong puncher, just a naturally athletic guy, right? And I think because of his athleticism, and also because of his boxing skill, boxing technique, boxing ability to keep on throwing a jab, and keeping his hands up, and listening to his coach Rob McCracken, that allowed him to land that punch which knocked Povetkin out. So Joshua, I like how you were able to just throw the jab, throw those sharp punches that really counted, throughout the later rounds, because Povetkin, had his moments to shine, but then it took, Joshua a little bit more time to keep himself together, and he was able to throw those punches that got Alexander Povetkin out of there. Now, let's get started on Alexander Usyk, right? He's been dominating the cruiserweight division for so many years, dominating the cruiserweight division and creating a statement throughout the entire boxing world. But we have a gentleman by the name of Tony Bellew from England, who's no pushover. So when you watch the first couple of rounds with that fight, now off watching Alexander Usyk's physique, just observing Alexander Usyk's style, he throws his hands similar to Conor McGregor, right? Not exactly like him, but again, because not every fighter is going to fight the same way, because not every fighter comes from the same geographical location. So when you look at Conor McGregor's fighting style, like, it isn't unorthodox, but it's just, it's not really a style that would gravitate towards people in the States, only because that's how people in Ireland fight, Or that's just how people across Europe fight. Look at Conor McGregor, look at Sierra Gain. And when you look at Alexander Usyk, he throws his hands, but it's unorthodox, but it isn't ineffective. It isn't ineffective. It's an effective style that gets the job done. So, but and then when you look at Tony Bellew's physique, you'll notice he has that brawler, bare knuckle boxer brawler, just willing to throw shots. Not to say that he isn't technical, it's just his demeanor just coming into the ring. Now, when you see Tony Bellew and Alexander going at it within the first couple of rounds, Tony Bellew's landing those right hands. Every time Alexander Usyk's trying to create the jab right cross, every time trying to come at Tony Bellew. Every time Alexander Usyk is trying to come at Bellew, he's throwing the right hands that are going to get him out of there. And he threw those right hands so many times that he created plenty of statements throughout the fight. But that's why when you're observing fights and when you think that someone's losing, you still have to be patient, because some fighters just take a little time to figure out their opponent's style. So when I look at Alexander Usyk, going into the 4th, 5th, and 6th round, he started landing that Chris jab. And I like the fact that he's a basic puncher. So, like he's throwing basic combinations, he's throwing basic shots, but he's throwing them with purpose, and he's throwing them to have the judges. He's throwing those punches know, to earn his respect. And he noticed throughout the first 3 or 4 rounds, he wasn't able to. He was losing. So that's when he needed to manipulate distance and just and keep on with his unorthodox style. It isn't too unorthodox. It's a little conventional, but a little unorthodox. But again, it's still effective. Right now, you have the 6th or 7th round. Right, that's when Alexander Usyk just lands a crisp 1-2 punch. Right, and that's when Tony Bellew didn't even have any more. He didn't have anything left in him to get up at that point. As soon as he was dropped, the referee has immediately stopped the fight. Because he just couldn't take his power. But the only thing is, this is Alexander Usyk. I believe it's his first real test of the heavyweight division, and it's his first real test in the heavyweight division, and he hasn't been fighting at heavyweight, like as much as he's been fighting at cruiserweight. Not only that, he's going up against London's finest and arguably the best pound for pound fighter and arguably the best heavyweight in the entire world, Anthony Joshua. So I gave you an analysis of Alexander Usyk, and I also gave you an analysis of Anthony Joshua. Now, how I see it, I just think I see Joshua knocking out Usyk. And Alexander Usyk, yes, he's technical. Yes, he's charismatic. Yes, not charismatic in a sense where talking about his personality, just talking about his boxing style. He has a charismatic boxing style. He has a boxing style that could, not saying can generate money or anything, but it's definitely a boxing style that people are willing to watch. And we live in a superficial based reality. So, people see an Eastern European man coming to the States to create a statement in boxing and a big pay-per-view or a main event. That's always going to draw controversy. And I mean that in a good way because, that's just how it is in boxing. They just, mixed martial arts. But especially boxing, but the art of pugilism. But yeah, I just see Anthony Joshua. You have to understand something about Joshua. Joshua is strong, but he's very, very, very skilled. And I don't care who you are. If you win an Olympic gold medal in any division in boxing, then that means that you were the best boxer at that specific weight class throughout the entire world. Throughout the entire world. So Joshua, Olympic gold medalist, and he's only 31 years old with less than 25 fights and is the unified heavyweight champion. He just has too much experience with fighting Vladimir Klitschko, with fighting Dillian White, with having the embarrassing loss to Andy Ruiz Jr. and being able to bounce back in Saudi Arabia. He's showed that he's willing to test the waters, and even if he doesn't have the odds in his favor when he tests the waters, he'll come right back and he'll adjust immediately and get the belt that he deserves. So I just see Anthony Joshua being a more complete component against Alexander Usyk. And again, this is a boxing video. I normally do mixed martial arts videos, but this is a boxing video today, ladies and gentlemen. So everyone, thank you for watching the Scrap Empire. Please like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please leave any constructive criticism or feedback you think will allow me to help elevate my channel as well, please. And thank you all so much for watching, okay? I'll be speaking to you guys soon. Bye-bye.